Hey everybody, this is Modesta from Purpose and Excellence. Step 10, I've made it to day 10. I'm looking at myself, I'm like, you're looking tired, Modesta. But hey, I kept my word. We've been talking about how to stand out in competition. And I wanted to give you a sneak peek into the Masterplan class because I have the 4th cohort coming up early April, and I have 8 more places. That's 2 sets of friends. If you want to sign up with a friend and you only pay 50% each, I have the Masterplan class running in a little bit, and I wanted you to see, what would be the value of getting into a program such as this. Joe, Tesha, welcome. I bet you've got your alert on because you do sign in soon after I start my feed. So thank you so very much for tuning in. What is the Masterplan class, Modesta? It is an 8-week group and one-on-one coaching experience that gets you from discovering your purpose, creating your master plan, and delivering excellence in the marketplace. And so if you are looking to both straddle employment and entrepreneurship, or you want to move from one to the other, or you've been out for a while and you'd like to get back into the market and want to reposition yourself, and you don't just want to succeed in your business, you also want to make sure your life holistically is doing well, the Masterplan class is a program for you. So after this live session, please do not get off the live right now. Go to purposeandexcellence.africa/masterplan to learn a little bit more about it. And you can email me on info@purposeandexcellence.africa if you want a complimentary consultation with me. Who's this? Chezel, Tina. Hi, Tina. Who else is on here? Joe, yes, have just tuned in, and I'm sure more will come in after a little bit. So step 1 was get to know what gets to you, because you'd be really passionate and invested in taking it to market, whether it's entrepreneurship or business. Forgive me for the background sounds. I have some things running, listening to your lecture, obviously good. Oh, Ole, thank you so very much. Step 2 was add value. Don't just do the minimum, but make sure that in what you're doing, you go past, this is our policy, this is a core offer, we don't do anything else. Or if it's about employment, don't just do what's written on your job description. Go out of your way to add a little bit more so that people feel like it's not just a transaction to them. They truly do care about giving a good service. They truly do care about, my welfare. They truly do care about, the business and where it's going. Step 3 was identify their pain. What are some things that they're going through that you can step in and say, I know I'm in this for the business, or I know I am looking to get a job with you, but if I could, find out a little bit of what exactly gets to you, what exactly your challenge is, then I can step up and deliver exactly what it is that you're looking for. Step 4 was know your customer. Gender, age group, marital status, educational level, income bracket. You think about this, that's a little personal. That's the level of detail you need to get to. Where do they work? How do they get to work? How do they commute? What do they do in their spare time? Hey, Madaka, welcome. What do they do in their spare time? How much disposable income do they have to services or products such as what you're offering? And if so, what can I do that truly considers their life? The totality of their life, not just this thing that you want to offer, but the totality of who they are, so that I don't just give them a service, but maybe I can do it at flexible hours that make sense for them. Maybe by profiling them right, I know how to charge. Maybe by profiling them right, I might realize the beneficiary of my service or my products are not the people that can afford to pay for what I'm asking, and so I need to subsidize. Maybe I need to get into partnerships so that what I am charging them can be split between me and another partner that comes in and subsidizes. Welcome, Neema. What does it look like to know your customer in terms of I'm pitching and positioning myself for work? Is to know what that business is interested in, some of the challenges they're going through, how they position themselves in the market, and where they want to go in the next 5-10 years time. And then coming to offer not just what they ask you to do on the job description, but truly, foreseeing how you can be of value to them, not just for this, but in the organization in its totality. You might do some cross-functional, engagements. You might come up with proposals that don't even have anything related to what you're doing, but that would benefit the organization. I remember, I know I've said this example before, but I was just wowed by this. Oscar, this guy that had worked for me, he came in and wanted to speak to me, and I thought, I don't know, he wanted to say something that he was looking to do, because I really encourage people that worked with me to get engaged in other areas. I mean, I did not mind that people who work for me in employment were also entrepreneurs in something else. As long as their business was not felt in mine, they were happy to do whatever they wanted, and I would even support them in their ventures. And so I thought he wanted to run his idea by me. Turns out the guy wanted to bring an idea for us to do as a business. Isn't that amazing? And this guy was a cleaner. I'm not talking about somebody in mid and senior management. So this is how you can know your customer and tailor solutions, which is step 5 to your customer. Then I talked about being visible. That it's one thing to say that you can do what you can do and that you want to add value when you are in the transaction, when you're being interviewed for a role, when you're being considered for a board, when somebody is coming to you and they want to do business with you. Of course, you will say, yeah, I can offer that, I'll do that. But it's another thing to look for you and find that you've always been about that. That apart from this transaction right now where you're parting money for services or for products or for employment, that you have been a person that's been engaged in the industry, that has been helping other people, even off camera where nobody has heard of you and seen you and you're not doing it for the money. This will really, really distinguish you in competition, which is what we're talking about. How to stand out in competition without being too salesy and overtly marketing yourself and spending too much money trying to market yourself either. Show that you've always been about this. Show that you have experience in this. Show that you've actually even failed and got up and now have succeeded and want to show them and help them get across, or have this product and this service that's just tailored to people such as them. Why? Because it's people such as them that reminds you of you and what you've done before. Number 7 is be human. I know, what was the story? Chesla saying, it's nice, first time heard you. What topic, is this? Is this what you mean? What topic are we talking about? We're talking about how to stand out in competition without, selling and marketing yourself too much or selling and marketing your business too much. So, be human means I know what's on the fine print. I know what policy says. I know what, working hours they are. And I know that, if you do not bring the product back after this number of weeks, that's it. The transaction is done. But what if you made an exception? What if you weighed this case on the merits of just what it is and said, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I will put trust ahead of skepticism and see what I can get out of it. And one of the things that we will see today on step 10, talking about asking for referrals, is that when you are human, people understand it's not just about the Benjamins for you. It's not just about money, but you truly do care about their welfare. You do really understand that life happens, that people get caught in traffic, that time lapses, that responsibilities at home mean that people can't deliver at work. When you are human, when you, for instance, the organizations that give you, apart from the fact that it is a law, but will give women room to go and breastfeed their children, or children can come in and there's a space. Public places that have, family, restrooms, etc. Why are they doing this? It's got nothing to do with the core of what they offer. But it truly does make life easier, faster, more flexible, more manageable for their customer. And that includes, for the organization that you want to work for. That's, even if you're looking for employment, that organization is your customer. It's a customer of your service as an individual. And so when you are human, people understand that you truly do care, that it is about servicing and impacting and not just about getting the money. And then we talked about being, delivering excellence. So many people are content being mediocre. So many people are content just doing the minimum, not to get fired. Like, that's what my job description says, and that's what I'm doing. My contract says I'm here 8 to 5, so 8 to 5 is what I give you. What if you went out of your way and you said, I will not stop until the job is done. I don't want to do a minimum. I want to do it once. I want to do it well and clinch this deal. I want to make sure this thing can be done the best a human being can do anywhere, the best a business can do anywhere. I won't say, we're in Africa, right? And so this is the best that you can do in Africa. What if, instead of just saying, yeah, it's Africa, what do you expect? Saying, you know what? Being in Africa doesn't mean that I have to compromise. Being in Africa doesn't mean that, people will have less expectations, and they should have less expectations. Therefore, I'll just do the minimum. After all, we are in Africa. What if you wowed as a mindset, as a lifestyle, as a minimum to wow? What if you delivered and delivered consistently? What if you delivered excellence consistently? That will definitely get you to stand out in competition. So what's written here? That's good. Let me learn from you. I'll ask later. God bless you. Thank you. Feel free to ask. And then yesterday we asked for feedback. The difference between asking for feedback and identifying their pain, which was step 3, and knowing your customer, step 4, is that then you were asking for people's inputs before you started whatever it is, so that you do not make assumptions. As an entrepreneur, you do not make assumptions what people want, what people need, and what they're, what you are giving them is exactly what they need. But now, what we spoke about yesterday, asking for feedback, is saying, I've already started this journey with you. I'm already serving you. I'm already selling you these products. I already work with you. Please let me know how I'm doing so far. And you ask for feedback as you're still on the way. You ask for feedback and evaluation once you're done with what it is that you're bringing to market. Why? Yesterday I said, well, one of the reasons which will definitely make you stand out in competition is that people realize you care. That you're not just coming in, well, that's the product, and so I've given it to you. Or that's the service, that's what you get. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. No, you say, well, I don't want to assume. I know you signed up for this, what I am giving you, but please do let me know, is this sufficient? Is there somehow that I can serve you differently? Is there something that I can do, that would enhance your experience with me, your experience with my products and my services? And then you receive that feedback graciously. Oh my goodness, because receiving feedback is a whole other art. You receive the feedback graciously, and you go and implement those things which you've been advised, and you come back and give them feedback. Hey, that area, thank you so much for the feedback. What you had mentioned, we've worked on that in my business. I've worked on that as an individual working for you. Does this work for you? Is this what you wanted me to do? You will stand out in competition, no doubt. First, you ask for feedback, which most people don't. It's just like, oh, well, we've contracted now. What are you going to do? Nothing you can do. We're already, locked in together. Secondly, you receive it graciously, because sometimes it's constructive, sometimes it hurts. Of course, you understand when people are being malicious. May you have the discernment and the emotional intelligence to see where people are just getting at you, or when people are being genuine. It's hard news to hear. It's hard feedback to receive, but it's true. There are areas you can improve, and when you do, you go back to them and you say, thank you. This is what I've done. Can you come back and see? Can you taste this out? Is this better? Can you try this out and let me know if this works better for you? And then today, ask for referrals. And so sometimes, I don't know why this scripture just came up. You don't have because you do not ask. Sometimes we don't ask. And it's as simple as that. You have been engaging with a client for a while, and they give you repeat business. Matter of fact, they refer other people to you just organically. Or, somebody keeps coming by. I don't know why my light has been going out lately. So my light's gone out. You guys will have to deal with what you're seeing right now. This happened yesterday as well. I don't know if it's reacting to the computer or what. If it goes out, you get what you get and you don't get upset. You're just not going to have to get me the way I am. Then you ask specifically, hey, I wonder, Chesil said, your lecture is and good when your session starts and what time during the day? Oh, this is my last day. So you can go to purposeandexcellence.africa to see what we do. But if you really do like the videos that I'm doing, go to YouTube, Purpose and Excellence. Our channel is called Purpose and Excellence on YouTube. Subscribe and please do share. Thank you so much for the feedback. Oh, I'm already getting feedback. I'm grateful for that, Chesil. And I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I'm just probably butchering your name. Mea culpa. Please forgive me. Where was I? Asking for referrals. And so sometimes, and it's just simply saying, hey, I see that you keep coming back to get these products here. I see that you've got, a subscription for, our services. Would you please, refer us to others? And you can make it easy for people to refer you. You can give them exactly the script, what to say, to refer you. You can give a text to share. I've seen with other coaches, and I think it's something I'd like to adopt as well. They'll give you a quote, a quote from the things that they say that you can tweet. And so they already give you a tweetable quote that you can take out there. And so when you're asking for referral, be specific. What are you saying? Maybe you've done our program to the end, or you've been, using our products for a while now and you seem to be satisfied, can you recommend us to other people? And you can make it easy by, say this, and if you refer, maybe they get something. I've seen a couple of services where they say, refer a friend and you get this much and they get this much, or refer somebody else and you get next month's whatever free. And that's not bribery. That's not under the table. Ooh, you're doing it for a reason. I mean, even Amazon will tell you, give us a review and we'll pay you. And they will say it's a review that they had solicited. They had asked for that referral. They had asked for that review. And so you can do that. You will see on Purposeful Excellence, oh, by the way, Chesil, you can go to Purposeful Excellence page on Facebook and you will see reviews. And there's some people who just went ahead and they gave reviews, and there's some people I asked, hey, you've worked with me, you've seen the services, you've subscribed to the YouTube channel, you follow me on Instagram, could you give a review of your experience? And for those that have done the Masterplan class, I've asked them, could you please give a review of the Masterplan class? I don't tell them what to say. They say whatever they want to say. If they don't want to give a referral, they don't. And whatever they write, I share there. Why? Because no matter how much I speak, no matter how much I try to sell and market myself, of course I would sell and market myself. I'm doing business, right? I'm putting something out. I want reviews. I want goodwill. I want to make money. But what if somebody else says that? Somebody that is not, that has no vested interest. I mean, after all, they've gotten their service, they're leaving. They don't have to interact with me ever again. And they're not family or anything. There are no consequences if I was a person to have vendettas. There are no consequences to them saying no. And so when an objective third party, and people from different parts of the world are giving reviews of the class, you think, oh my goodness, I should consider this class. And I've had, I think, 5 people now sign up to both the Masterplan class and the one-on-one executive coaching because they read somebody else's opinion and not just my own. I have had people who've known me since childhood sign up, not because they've known me since childhood, but because they've seen the benefit to other people. And so ask for referrals and ask something specific. Can you please, so for instance, I'll say, can you please refer other people to the Masterplan class? Specifically that, not just to me, but when I want you, for instance, to subscribe, I'll say, can you please, subscribe and share, which is a referral, to other people. I could say, sign up with a friend and, you get this. And I actually recently said to people who have been on the class that if you will, spread the word, that I'm going to give you a percentage of what I'm bringing in. Because it is, of course, it's a referral that would do it anyway, because they wouldn't do it. If they didn't like me, they wouldn't just do it for the money. But I also want to say thank you to them. That they went out of the way, they got me into their sphere of influence that I otherwise wouldn't have had, access to. And speaking of which, as I conclude, I am looking to reach 100 million African leaders. I don't have access to every country on the continent. And even if I did, I don't have access, that you have access in your sphere of influence. And so I am asking you, could you please, I'm asking for a referral, could you please follow, like, and share Purpose and Excellence on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Share what you have heard, what you have seen, the reviews that other people have given. Share those in your spheres of influence so that we can reach more people on the African continent. So at the moment, most of my network is around Tanzania. And I have, a little bit in the diaspora and a few other people. I just saw Dudu sign up, other people in other countries. But I'd like to reach more. And this is why, hi Chinwe, welcome, which is why many a times I say, take whatever I am doing, go share it far and wide. I have a lot of people who use the Masterplan class programs, the systems, because in the class, I share the recordings, I share the resources, I share the PowerPoints that I do every single week. They're using those to coach other people, which is why I'm soon starting a coaching certification program. And so that is one way of reaching out to places I otherwise, as an individual, and Purpose and Excellence under my leadership wouldn't be able to reach. Do you see what it is? You can ask for referrals, and you can be very specific about how to do that. Increasingly so, I've had people, asking if we could partner or I could share some of what they do, not related to what I do, on my platform because of the access that I have in the market that they're targeting. And I've been doing that quite a bit. And I was just joking with my husband. I said, at this rate, I need to start charging people. Because, people just come out, I've got this thing going on. Can you advertise it? Can you put it out? And as much as I do love, and I truly do love sharing when people are doing great things on the continent, doing great things, for women or for youth, and profiling Africa, just raising their flags up high. I also am thinking, I might be onto something here. Maybe there could be a partnership that could be stricken here. And that's completely fine. Anyway, I thought to share that with you. If you're interested in the Masterplan class, this is my last session on how to stand out in competition without being too salesy and overtly marketing yourself. But the Masterplan class starts on the first week of April. And so if you're interested in it, go to purposeandexcellence.africa/masterplan. If you would like to have a complimentary consultation with me, Modesta, I want to learn a little bit more. Or Modesta, my situation is a little different. I wonder if you can listen to me and let me know, what you think would work for me. You can contact me on info@purposeandexcellence.africa. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I look forward to engaging with you one-on-one and possibly welcoming you to the Masterplan class. Please do reach out and share far and wide. That is my request for referral from you today. Have an amazing evening, afternoon, and morning for those in Australia and New Zealand. Keep well. Goodbye. I want to check if there are any questions. Okay, I'm really going out. Jeffrey, welcome and goodbye. Hope you'll get to watch after I get off the live feed.